Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'll presenting the change log. Let's start. I'll first have a one page of PPT and then we'll do the live demo. In today's live demo, I'll show you the replication with the data warehouse target. So the change log is a the standard method of documenting and tracking the modification made to database schemas and tables over time. It will track all the DDL and DML, and that's what is called the change log. In CDC term, it is something like a audit mapping we do. Then there are I'll cover the main difference between copy scenario versus change log scenario with copy semantics, right? So copy scenario is like replay of a DB operation, like replaying the as it is same operation, whatever we received from database. But change log is to track the changes. It's like we are tracking what was the before value, after value, and we are keeping a history of it. In the copy scenario, we can use the same key what was there in the source as is on the target side, but in change log we cannot use it because that can be a duplicate, right? Because if we are serving the delete insert pair, you will have a before the record with the before image as well as after image, and if key gets changed, then also it will be a difference. So we cannot have the same primary key. And another difference is in the copy scenario, will replicate the DML as is, but in the change log scenario, will replicate the images, right? Will insert the images before image for delete, after image for insert, and before image and after image both for update. And the last, change log expands, as I already mentioned, before and after columns and rows. But while in copy scenario, we just replicate the original table structure as is. That's all I had in PPT. Now we can go to the live demo. I have connection assets created. Now I'll create a replication asset. Okay, data. It's popping up to create the replication asset. Here I'm giving the name as change log. PostgreSQL, I'll be using the source as PostgreSQL and target as ingest as DB2 warehouse. We do support all the ingest PostgreSQL, Oracle Extreme, DB2Z, and DB2 LUW. For ingest side, we support Kafka and DB2 warehouse, right? So for the change log, you'll see the new business goal here. This is the change log. I'll select that and go to the source options. I'm choosing AWS, PostgreSQL, then select the data. I'll choose the table. Change log demo 1. It has one table already. I've just selected the complete schema. For target, I'm choosing the DB2 warehouse. Here it's in the change log, we have three type of DDL change log type. One is log and apply DDL. Next is schema evaluation with new table, and schema evaluation in same change log table. Log and apply DDL is where in the target table DDL will get applied as is, and DDL will get logged in the change log DDL table. So that there will be a separate table which will containing the information about what DDL was executed on the source database. So, and by default, this option will be chosen. In schema evaluation with new table, every time if there is a table structure change, then new table will be created, and the previous state will be backed up in the separate table. You will see this action in the later later part of the demo. In schema evaluation in same change log table, within the same table, we'll be maintaining the previous state of a columns, and we'll be creating a new column to carry the new DML operations. We will show this one also in the action in the next part of the demo. For now, I've chosen the log and apply DDL. And this is the option to clean up the metadata, right? Like we are creating the three database table, three target metadata tables in the target database to log the DDL, and then one is to log the transaction ID to commit timestamp mapping, and other one is to specify what is the DDL type we are using. I'll show you those in later. So if while deleting the replication asset, if we want to clean up those tables, then we'll have to choose this option. Otherwise, those tables will be there for the use of the user. Then right now we are supporting this 4 changelog column: sequence, op type, transaction ID, and timestamp. Sequence is a mandatory changelog column, and this column will be treated as a primary key on the target. Whatever the source table is having a primary key, those won't be the primary key, but only this sequence column is the primary key on the target table. And here I'll give the schema name, and I'll review. So it's still creating a replication asset. Yeah, asset got created. I'll start it first. I have chosen the change log demo as a replication instance. It's starting. So here you can see the change log. Uh, while this is starting, I'll pick up this run ID. So as I mentioned, like change log DDL, all the DDL will be logged in the change log DDL table, and that change log DDL table will be named with this job run ID. I need to maximize it. I mean, I need to convert into caps lock. Okay. This table will be having all the DDLs. Can show you the structure. If this table got, yeah, this is the structure. It will have a sequence ID, DDL type, DDL object name of a DDL, and DDL info will have the SQL which was executed and the timestamp of a DDL. And let's go back and see. Okay, it's running. I had one table. I can show you. This is the schema. I'm having one table in it, and content of this table is two records are already there. Now sync should proceed. Let's refresh. So sync has completed. Let's look at the target table. You can see this sync record got replicated. Op type is insert for sync record. Transaction ID will be 0, and this timestamp is the timestamp when this sync is happening. Now let's do more operation. I'll do this. Insert it one row, then insert it one more row. Then I'm doing an update on the last row, and I'm doing a delete of third row. Now let's look at the target table. See, the new record got inserted. This is the insert. This is the another insert we did. Then followed by update before and update after, and the delete. You can pick this transaction ID, one of the transaction ID, and we can locate the mapping between transaction ID to timestamp in this table. Just take some time. Yeah. This table is shared across the replication. It's only one table created in blue admin schema, which is connection user schema, and records can be filtered based on job and asset ID. I'll go and make the next operation. Okay, let me show you one more thing. So since we did the refresh, so I'll show you the content of changelog DDL table. You can see this table got created and it was the sync, right? So in short, I'll get table execution created this table and prepared this SQL should have been executed on the source. This is the timestamp when this sync had happened, like when this table sync has started on the ingest. Now I'll go back and I'll do more operation. Okay, I'm doing the add column now. Column got added. Let's look at the target side. First show the changelog DDL table. You can see new table, new row got inserted, and this was the operation executed on the source. Now let's look at the actual table. We can see this new column got added. I'll do a DML in it. Okay, let's look at the content. This new row got inserted. Let's do more DDL. And here I'm creating a table. This is without primary key. So in changelog, with warehouse as well as Kafka, we support the replication of a table without primary key. Okay, this table got created. Let's look at the changelog DDL table first. Okay, we can see this new table got created, and this should have been the SQL was used on the source, and then timestamp as well getting populated. Now let's look at the content of this table. There is nothing since we haven't inserted anything. I'll do a couple of DML. Let's look at the content again. Okay, this DML got replicated. Now I'll show the truncate. So this truncate won't get applied to the actual table, but it will get logged in the changelog DDL table. You see, this truncate got logged that this table was truncated, but content of table is still there as is. Now I'll show you the next. I'll do a DML after truncate. Let's look at the target table. You can see new DML got replicated. This is the sequence. Now let's do more operation. I'll do a drop column now. Let's look at the DDL table. See, this DDL got logged here. Now let's look at the table structure. This column has been dropped. I can show you actually with select star I should show. And since in this I am selecting the selected column only. See, the same, the column got dropped. I'll do another insert in this. Let's look at the target table. New insert got replicated. Now I'll do a rename table. It is renaming test2 to test2 rename. And then I'll do a insert in it. Okay, let's look at. Okay, where is the. Sorry, this is. You see, this table got renamed and new record got inserted. Now let's look at the changelog DDL table. Here we can see the new rename operation got logged. Let's go back. Now I'll drop this table. Make this table as well. Let's look at this. This drop table got logged and table got dropped. If you execute it, it will fail. That table doesn't exist, so table got dropped. So this is what I wanted to show with the log and apply mode.